This video will cover Phase 1 and the Intermission. Like in Heroic, stay out of Veil and swirlies. Handling the arrows is crucial. Luckily, they spawn at set locations. The ranged and healers should always stack up between the two arrow clusters, making it easy to heal everybody, DPS everything, and be close to the arrow clusters so you only need to walk a few yards towards the arrows for them to chain you. There will be 3 markers to indicate the site at which the circles will spawn. The arrows will always chain the closest players, so make sure they chain you once your weak aura tells you to go on to the left or the right cluster of arrows. Once you are chained to an arrow, you swap sides and help kill the other cluster of arrows. So for example, if you're getting chained on the left, you go and kill the arrows on the right as soon as you are chained. If your weak aura didn't tell you anything, you stay in between both clusters of arrows and nuke them all down. The arrows need to be nuked as soon as they spawn. If you are melee and you are not chained, be ready to help nuke the chains if needed. That said, you'll probably stick to the boss through most of the phase. There will also be a blue marker in the room, which is where we will try to bait the Veil by having ranged and healers go there before the Veil cast starts. If you get targeted by Black Arrow, run to the opposite side of the platform from where Sylvanas is standing. So if she's over here, you go there. If she's over here, you go there. Black Arrow works very much like Heroic Phase 3 Wailing Arrow, in that multiple people get it and you have to take turns dropping it. You try and drop them all on the same spot to make sure the adds spawning from them are stacked up for easy crowd control. As the adds get closer to us, ranged swap over and nuke them before they touch us. You can stun them, grip them, slow them and knock them back to make sure they never reach the player they are focusing. We will have a spreadsheet in Discord that has the CC order. The intermission phase begins when the boss is at 84%. Remember that we might have to stop DPS in order for things to line up later in the fight. As soon as the intermission begins, we immediately stack on star and use healing cooldowns and damage reductions for the massive amount of incoming damage as the arrows spawn, followed by ticking dots from the chains while the DPS blow up the arrows as fast as they can. Use an immunity like Bubble, AMS, Cloak, Turtle or Netherwalk before the arrows spawn. If you don't have an immunity, use a personal. As we're clearing the last of the arrows, Rive casts will start. Rive works just like in Heroic, except there are 5 of them at a time now, parallel to each other. Also, more swirlies, so dodge things. Phase 2 begins once the boss has cast Rives 9 times.